Hello and welcome. I'm Sandra Siepak, and this is Our Ventura TV. Our special guest on the show today is Javier Saucedo. He is the energy analyst and coach with Empower Central Coast and Ventura County. Thank you for joining us on the program today.
Thank you for having me.
Great. We want to hear more about Empower Central Coast here in Ventura County and all that you and your organization do for so many people here and businesses as well.
Yeah, one of the things that we do with the Empower program is we provide energy assessments to the homeowners in the area.
Okay.
We also have a loan available through the credit union for measures that need to be done when we do an assessment. So
okay.
There's also a lot of rebates available still, so people can do an upgrade, can access those rebates. And we have a list of contractors that we have available for this type of work. We use something we call the whole house approach to our measures and our energy efficiency and health and safety on the homes.
So basically you're really making a difference for energy consumption for many homeowners and making that difference so that they don't have to spend so much. Yeah,
one of the things that we do is our building stock, it's mostly older homes.
Right.
A lot of them built in the 60s, the 50s. So back then there was, the code wasn't that stringent, so there's a lot of things that need to be upgraded.
Okay.
So we try to go in there and basically look at how can we make that home more energy efficient, more healthier, how can we make it last longer? And so there's a lot of different things. One of the main things is comfort. How can we make that homeowner comfortable inside that home? So that's what we trying to provide.
Okay. Tell us how someone who has a home, whether it be a newer home or an older home, would schedule a home visit for you to kind of walk through and give them an idea of what needs to get done.
Yeah, one of the things they can do, they can go to their webpage, or they can call us. Our number is 805-320-6478, and make an appointment. Just say, I would like to have the energy coach come to my home and do an assessment of the home and see if there's anything that's needed. Most of the times they they have something in mind already, but they want to make sure that that's the right measure and see if it needs something else that needs to be done also.
Right. Is there a good chance then when you come out, they would really benefit from getting a lower energy cost all the way around for their home?
Yeah, one of the big things that they can do is the access to the rebates, which is anywhere from $2,000 up to $5,500.
Right, that's good.
Yeah, so that's good money. The other thing is that you're going to do, we usually recommend to do the work by somebody that's certified on BPI.
Oh, okay.
Building Performance Institute certification, which teaches them to do a house approach, but they usually do much better work than a regular contractor.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of things that need to be addressed when you're saving energy costs, such as windows and making sure they're in good shape, weather stripping, lighting. Where do you start?
Usually we'll start with the homeowner, we'll have a conversation and find out what is it that they're trying to do, Usually they'll tell us things like, I got areas where the house is too hot, or it's too cold, or I don't go in that room because, it's too cold. So we already know that there's some comfort issues, So, and then we do basically a whole house approach through the unit. And so we're looking at everything, especially up in the attics and the crawl spaces and all the mechanicals in the home.
So can you really make a difference in putting in some of these things that will help homeowners throughout the year, whether it be in the winter months or summer months?
Yeah, definitely a big difference. We can make a home be up to code or even better because of the things that we do. Most of the work that we do is usually made in the attic. All the crawl space, places where nobody really looks, and there's some issues that need to be done. The homes in there are excellent homes. They just need a little bit of extra work. To
especially an older home. I'm sure that with an older home you experience a lot more challenges trying to get it up to speed to make people more comfortable.
Yeah. And one of the things that, for example, people will put in a new air conditioning unit, and what we try to do is like, follow up, because you got duct systems that need to be upgraded. You have air seal and insulation up in the attic. So as long as all that stuff gets done at the same time, you get tremendous savings and tremendous comfort.
Let's talk about one issue that is really concerning, which is homeowners who have experienced issues after the Thomas fire. This was a considerable amount of damage that was done throughout Ventura County, and not just homes that were burned to the ground, but there's many people that experienced smoke damage. that was considerable to so many homeowners here. I would like to know how they can kind of solve that problem where still, months later, they're still experiencing lingering smells in their homes. Yeah. And they're really frustrated. They don't know how to get rid of it. What can you say to them?
So one of the things that we do is when we do assessments, we'll get up in the attic, and if we, there's usually going to be ash, there's going to be soot. Okay. There's also something called taint, which is a vapor that will get into the surfaces, and it's really hard to get out. Okay. One of the things.
How do you get it out, though?
Well, one of the things that we do is there's always, when you have a home and it's got an attic, there's always air that travels back and forth. Okay. So what we do, we install an air seal at the top plate of the attic to stop the air from coming in and out of the home. So there's that issue that we're dealing with right now, and it just needs to be air sealed with foam so that the smell that's out there is not coming inside the home.
Yeah, because a lot of people are still complaining, and it's a nuisance, and they still smell it, and they can't seem to just,
One of the things that happen is that those homes always have air leaks. Okay. And that's always been there, but now that the smell is there, now they're feeling it in and outside of the home. So
and now I'm hearing that there's potential health issues that can occur from that as well, being that lingering smoke is still in your home, and you're living with it.
Yeah, one of the things that we recommend is to remove the insulation, but also do the air seal on the top plate. Okay. That's going to keep any smell that's up in the attic from coming inside the home. Okay. We do have a letter from Dr. Levin at the County of Ventura that basically said, some of this smell and some of this taint vapor is going to be there, and you need to get rid of it. You need to seal it somehow. So that's what we've been doing for a long time. Now that the smell is there, it's actually made it worse, because now you, instead of just feeling it, now you can smell it, and that's what we're trying to help.
Have you gone into homes where you've encountered this problem?
Yes, we've seen 3 or 4 homes already with that same problem, and there's big gaps up in the attic that basically access through the inside of the home, the interior walls and things like that. So those need to be sealed before you can stop any smell from coming in there.
Okay. Let's talk about your job as an energy coach and what exactly you do. You come in and you actually do a free energy inspection.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a long time, testing homes. We use things like a blower door test. We use duct testing for everything that we do. So through all these tests that I've done, I basically do a visual assessment of the home, because I know where most of the problems are going to be at. So we spend usually an hour and a half to 2 hours on the home, just checking everything, checking the mechanicals, the duct system, the ventilation, all those issues that most people don't even get up in the attic or the crawl space, and we're able to come out and do a report and show photos, pictures of things that we see, and then that usually what we do, homeowner will get a copy, contractor will get a copy, so that they can bid the job and say, this is what it'll take to get this job fixed. Yeah.
And so they have that opportunity to look over what you've found and decide for themselves what needs to be addressed first and foremost.
Yes, and it's a third-party opinion, because we know what we're doing, and together with the measures that the homeowner's already planning, we can put it all together and get it done right, and then hopefully get the money that Edison and the gas company are providing in the way of rebates.
So let's talk about the rebates. You mentioned there are rebates up to $5,500, which is considerable.
Quite a bit.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And how do you help people get those rebates?
So we use contractors that are registered with the program. Those are the ones that can get you the rebate, because they have to do the job a little bit different. They have to test. They can't just guess that you're going to have energy savings. They have to test everything with the different tools that we have, and that's usually how you get a rebate, by using one of these contractors that have been trained to do a little bit better than normal work.
Right. And what are some of the rebates for exactly?
For example, you get rebates if you do 3 or more measures. For example, you could do an air conditioning unit, more efficient furnace. You can replace your duct work, and make sure it's tight, make sure it's tested. And one of the simpler and less expensive things is you can air seal and insulate your attic and your crawl space. And those are really really good measures, and they don't cost that much.
What about windows? A lot of people want to put in new windows, especially in an older home. First thing they want to do is, make sure the windows are really good. Yeah. Is that something that's covered?
That's covered also. Okay. Windows are really expensive.
Yes, they are.
So usually when you put new windows, it always affects another part of the home, which is usually the attic.
Okay.
So we look at those things. If you're going to do windows, make sure you air seal your attic. Otherwise, you're going to hit dust from the attic coming in, inside the home.
Right. How do you help those that maybe are Spanish speaking? Do you also provide them information about Empower and what they can do to help their home
here in
come
Ventura,
up to show better?
I usually do the assessment in Spanish.
Okay.
And we help them through the process. And when the contractors show up, we recommend to have somebody that's bilingual, that's a Spanish speaker.
Okay.
And we basically, it's like a coach. We help them through the process.
Right.
And they can call us, and if they have questions or they met the contractors and they need a different contractor, we work with them to try to get them to that goal where they can upgrade their home and get those rebates, or go and try to get the loan from Empower and the credit union here at the County of Ventura.
Do you also help businesses as well?
We do businesses. We're doing right now our new green business.
Okay.
Okay. And we helping businesses be green, And also there's programs like the direct install that will help businesses. Usually what it is they'll come in and retrofit the businesses with LED lighting, which is 80% more efficient than regular lighting. So, and that's a free service. So, in the process of getting green, make sure you save energy by doing that.
And that's very important, especially for somebody who has even a small business. They can really save big.
Yeah, so we got that through the Edison company, and then the gas company has their own measures that they do. Sometimes they help the restaurants with better kitchen equipment.
Is that right?
Yeah,
okay.
So it's a really neat program, and everybody should take advantage of it.
Okay, good. What are some of the other things that you could suggest to homeowners who may have experienced issues with their homes that you feel would be like a quick fix?
Yeah, so one of the easy things that homeowners can do is, for example, start sealing the home from the inside.
Okay.
You can do outlet gaskets. That's a real easy one. You can buy a kit that has 20 gaskets on it and start putting those on your outlets.
Okay.
You can look underneath sinks. There's usually a lot of holes underneath there, cracks and things, and then you start sealing that with caulking or foam.
Okay.
And also do LED lamps. If you can do that, that'll save you a lot of energy.
And that's a big thing. A lot of people may have reluctance to change over, but when they see the cost-saving measure that's behind LED, I think they become a little bit more won over by that.
Yes, and the lamps are going to be a little bit more expensive than a regular light bulb, but right away it's instant savings. You start saving on your electrical bill. The lights are going to last longer, and most times it's a lot brighter too.
Well, we want to thank you for joining us today on the show and giving us so many great energy tips. And I know that if people are interested, they can go to Empower@Ventura.org and get more information from your website, and certainly schedule a home visit from you.
Yeah, the scheduling of the site visit, it's free for any homeowner in the area.
That's important.
Yes, and otherwise, some of these things could be $400 and up. So take advantage of that and go through the program.
We want to save people money.
Some money. Yes, yes.
Live in your home and be comfortable, but save some money too.
Yes,
that's very important.
Yeah.
Well, Javier, thank you so much for joining us on the show today and sharing some of these great tips. I know that both homeowners and business owners are going to be very glad to hear about it.
Yes, please give us a call. We're here to help.
Absolutely. Thank you again.
Thank you.
And thank all of you for joining us today on Our Ventura TV. I'm Sandra Siepak. See you next time, everyone. Bye.